Hello, how's everybody doing? So I'm back with another reaction, and I have been promising the deposition reaction. And I recorded like a 2.5 hour video, no sound. So I'm back to what I know works for right now. Yeah, so that took a lot out of me mentally. So I just have been chilling for a minute because, uh, yeah, I don't know how it happened, but from beginning to end, there was no sound, and I can only blame the microphone for right now. So I think it was not charged good, and so I got a new charger for it. So hopefully that will, correct the problem. But nonetheless, I'm going to be reacting to the latest IAG Farms video, and I'm still going to do the deposition. I just had to give myself a little time in between realizing that I did all that recording for nothing, like no sound at all. So I hope everybody enjoyed their weekend. I enjoyed mine, and I'm going to go ahead and just start here. Tim and this Children of the Corn music.
As y'all can see, they getting set up. When you started working, they got all the supplies here. They had to wait for a couple hours, for about an hour or so, for the 1x4s to come in. But they finally got those in, and they're getting up there. Like y'all can see, they're getting the nail guns and everything plugged in and all that type of stuff. And so they're getting set up to get up there and get us a roof on. It's super exciting. I can't wait to see like what this new roof is gonna look like. I'm gonna have to bag it. I'll look to take y'all like a little bit further away from that.
I know that the end goal is to paint this siding, but even with me imagining it being painted, I don't see, in my opinion, it doesn't look better. I don't see where the improvement is. It still looks like what it is, a single wide trailer with a different type of siding on it. Now I know that for them they added this door right here, so that's a plus for Megan and Tim. But on the outside looking in, if I were just to pull up the driveway, I don't see the I can't think of a word right now. I don't see where they added value to their property. I just don't. It just looks like a trailer that has different siding on it. And I do know it's not a finished product, but all it's lacking is some trim and paint. I don't see it.
House and kind of get y'all up there. Like I say, we won't have a drone or anything like that, but I'm gonna try to get y'all some shots to where y'all can see like before and after, so y'all can see the transformation of this roof and of this home.
So he don't have a drone. I think that was a hint for somebody to buy him a drone. So we'll see if he ends up with the drone before long.
So it's amazing y'all to see like this whole place transforming. Like look at that. It's been a lot of hard work, and we've done all of this ourselves with just our small little family. And now this is like first job pretty much on this whole house that we're contracting out. We contracted out our mini splits installed, and I'm trying to think about anything else. I think everything else we've done ourselves. So the cabinets, we contracted out the cabinets, the mini split installed, and then I think the next thing is gonna be the roof. It's just the only thing that we've contracted out so far. So it's amazing.
So either he's telling on himself or I misunderstood the other videos that I watched. Because I know that he had somebody come. If I'm not mistaken, the first person that came laid the carpet. So did he not contract that work out? Was this volunteer work? Did he have somebody do something and not pay them? Or because he knew the man and his background that he doesn't consider it being professional work? Even though it's a skill he didn't know and the other man knows and did it well and fast. But was that not contracted out? Then he had Sane come and do all of the trim, the crown molding up, to a point, because really I just believe he wanted him there to show him how it's done so that he could finish it himself. But did he not pay him for that? Was that not contracted out? Or does he not want to give them the recognition that they deserve? Y'all tell me, did he pay for those jobs? Do y'all know if he paid for those jobs? And if he did, why he wouldn't include them in the things that have been contracted out? Because he knew both of those people personally, and those are the very two jobs that he left out of this list that he just went down. That's very strange to me and disrespectful. You have people come on your property and do something for you that you have no knowledge of, and then you can't even recognize them. And the videos are still out there, but even if he had deleted those videos, anybody who watched didn't forget the timeline of people coming out there and doing different jobs that he couldn't put his hands on because he didn't know what he was doing. Same as with this roof. But, we just get into it, so let me go on.
And I'm just turn y'all around, let y'all see this roof go on.
So look at how many people are out there. Look at the amount of people and hands that are working to get this job done. There is no way that Tim would have finished this in any decent amount of time. The timeline that he has set for just this, the siding alone, has exceeded what he said it was going to. It has exceeded what he said it was going to. And with the way that the videos are falling and the timeline of them going on vacation, he didn't complete what he said he was going to before they left. So he did all of that. Guess who's going to do what? Anybody that pays him any attention knew he wasn't doing this roof. He was begging for a break. A whole crew of people. There's no way that he was going to do that work.
It'll be solid and firm, and then on all of the edges, you won't be able to see any of that old roof edge that comes over, because they're going to have like a drip edge and everything's going to be nice and flush. They're a little bit upset with me because I didn't finish this side in the back, because they said it could look, it's going to...
This is... Lord, this is what I'm talking about. I assumed that he had finished what he was supposed to finish. So he still didn't do it. He called them out there, got their expert opinion, and he still did what he wanted to do. And I don't even think that it was because he was being stubborn. He's lazy. Work 2 hours, break for 10. So he hasn't finished this siding. He's crawling at a snail's pace doing this work. He'll say it's for perfection, but everybody else knows it's because he doesn't believe in working hard like that. So his real timeline, this siding probably took him 2 full months to get it up. And talking about they kind of mad at me. Well then, yeah, because you wasted somebody's gas calling them out there the first time to get an opinion, and then you still went ahead and did something different. And that smile, he just looks so hollow in here. Like he's proud of himself in this moment for not going with what the experts told him to do.
It'll look so much better if I do the siding first instead of after. But I told him, I said, that based off of my schedule and based off of, my timeline, I need to get the roof done now. And like I said, they agreed because I showed them some of the areas on some of the corners, especially that one corner down there.
Based on his schedule, he meant based on his work ethic. That's what he meant. I've stretched this out so long, I need for y'all to just go ahead and do this. Because there's no way physically that I'm going to be able to just pump it out. He loves to say beast mode, but that's the last mode he's in. He's in turtle mode, to be honest, not beast. Beast mode would have been done with that, but, I'm just talking.
That it was real bad where the roofing literally didn't come over the trim. I was running out of roofing. So that's the main reason why I wanted them to go ahead and do the roof. Because literally, like, there was spots on the roof because that dripping edge wasn't made.
No, he wanted them to go ahead and do it because he knew that he wasn't going to do right. He needs the roof up, but so that they can go on vacation, and he knew he wasn't going to finish that siding before they went on vacation. Not running out of trim, he ran out of energy. He ran out of steam. The beast has the beast has escaped. The turtle has taken over. So he knew turtle mode had kicked in, and there's no way he was going to be able to finish this before they left. So can you please come put this roof on so that I know that it's no damage being caused while we out of town.
To, like, support the trim and everything that I'm doing and the upgraded siding. And so that roof, like I said, I'm running out of it on some of the corners. But they're getting it put up. As y'all see, they're putting in those little strips, those 1x4s. And once they get that done, like I said, they'll start putting up some pieces of tin. And so I'm glad that y'all are getting a chance to see this whole process. Like I said, y'all are seeing this home be transformed. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember, if you've been around long enough, if you're an oldie, and if not, go back and watch it. When this mobile home was first delivered, it seemed like we might have been crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because it was in kind of rough condition, rough shape. But the Lord does us the same way, because when the Lord first comes to us, we're in rough condition and rough shape. But He doesn't give up on us. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with buying a new mobile home, buying a new house, because we have plans to do those things as well. But we want to bring you all along for this process of showing you what you can do with something that was abandoned, left, forsaken, all those type of things. You can make it all new and brand new and do it on a budget. Like I say, we spent less on this mobile home renovating it and restoring it than we would have on a brand new mobile home. But we also have learned, we've been able to share these videos with you all. Like I say, in a brand new mobile home would not have had the high quality stuff like this one has. Like I say, the upgraded siding, upgraded windows, cabinets, flooring, wood stove, all those type of things. So it's a win-win in our book. Like I said, we get to bring y'all along for it. So I'm going to just continue to watch them work, and I'm going to set y'all up and let you.
Of course, he gets to bring us along for it. That's his whole thing, to record this. He's acting like it's an added bonus, but who doesn't know what he's going to do?
Y'all watching as well.
I'm going to go past some of this. It's just watching them work and Tim and that music. So I'm going to fast forward past those parts.
And just that little bit right there would have took me a week. Nah, probably not a week, but yeah, probably would have.
No, sir, 2 weeks. If he says a week, it's going to be double that. And he's just talking about putting those little wood strips down. They haven't started with the actual roofing yet. Just him putting that down, it would have been a 2-week job.
It took me about a week to get that full side done with those strips, because y'all can see they have like 2 men on the ground, they have 4 men up on the roof, they have somebody down cutting boards at the bottom.
Exactly. So tell me how he's physically going to cover all of those positions and say it would have taken him just a week. For as much work that has been done out there by Tim, and for him to still be maintaining the weight that he is, he doesn't work to exhaustion. He just does a little bit here, a little bit there to get enough footage to put out, and then he'll go back there and rinse and repeat. He doesn't work himself to exhaustion. The sweat comes from it being hot outside and him having extra weight on him, but not because he pushed himself to the breaking point. It's just no way. How many videos have we watched where he's doing some type of construction, saying that this will be the last day on it, and then you got another 2 weeks worth of his work? Oh, I'm finished. I'll be finished after today. All I got to do is, and he'll name one or two things he has to do, and it's actually a list of 10 things he still has to do. So, no, 2 weeks, and that, I think that's being generous, because I know with watching him in that barn that this roof would have taken him easily 2 months. He did what, the little roofing on that, what is it, the chicken coop, chicken run, and that was a 2-day project, and it should have been one. So there's no way. He doubles the time of everything. Whatever comes out of his mouth, just times two. Times two.
They got somebody else bringing 10. They got somebody, like one person nailing. When that person gets tired, they let another person start nailing. And so, like, it's just amazing that, the work that this crew is doing, that this is the level of work that I do myself. And if they didn't do this roof for me.
It's the level of work he does himself. I'm just going to go on past that statement. I'm not going to say
I was
nothing.
going to do it myself as well. And my time frame for doing it was probably like 2 weeks. It's probably what I would gave myself to get this whole roof done.
He says what he would have given himself. But how long did he give himself for this siding that's taken forever? Just because he says the number out of his mouth, it doesn't mean anything. That's for content. Because we see it get stretched out further than whatever his timeline is. And it doesn't matter what the project is. The barn was supposed to be, what was it, a 30-day build? And it turned into a 3-year build. He just said he's complete with it, and that's to his satisfaction, because yet again, other people on the outside looking in can find other things that still need to be done to it. But he said he's done. But this is 3 years later, and he said, well, Megan said a 30-day build. He just be talking. We know it would have taken him way longer than that to do this roof. And it's irritating me, because he's trying to, even though he's giving them credit, he's still trying to downplay these men and how efficiently they're working, and how necessary they are. His ego is so blown out of proportion that he honestly thinks that he can just do whatever. Like, he can do it all to the same degree as somebody that's been doing it for 10, 20 years. And that's not true. Putting siding up is one thing. Making sure that it's squared up and all of the things that an expert would do is something completely different. But he starts shoving stuff in cracks and crevices to make it look good. And then, oh, see, I did it. No, you didn't. It's apples and oranges to me.
I'm so glad that we're choosing to contract out this roof, and that the Lord led us to do that, because, that's a lot of work, and it's hot out here. If I was going to do it,
the Lord led them to do that. No, his laziness led him to do that. He called those people out there weeks ago to give him the rundown of the order of operation, how it should go, and they told him. He asked about that because he wanted that roof to go up when he realized that he was running out of energy on that siding, on the wrap, on pulling windows out. He was losing steam, so he called them. He's being overly religious right now by just saying God. That just gave him a brownie point with somebody. Oh, see, he's still talking about God. God is still in the mix. But it had nothing to do with God. He ran out of steam, and he asked them to come on and put that roof on.
Myself, I was actually going to wait until the temperatures cool down a little bit, because when I did the barn roof, it was this time of the year. And doing roofing at this time of the year by yourself is like unbearable. It's like it's dangerous, really. Because whatever the temperature is down here, which is probably about 100 degrees, 110, real feel down here, it's probably, 120 up there on that roof, especially with that metal roof, reflecting that sun back into your face. But these guys are doing good. Everything's looking good so far. And this roof is just gonna make this house look amazing. But I'm excited to see them go over this first 5 to 10 and see what they're gonna do as far as with these like events and things like that. Like I said, I'm kind of watching and kind of like staying out the way. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the type of person I can get in the way and ask questions. But it's like if I just wait and just let them do their job. They do this for a living. They do this every day. So I trust that they're gonna do it right. But I am watching them for real. So if they try to cover up something or something like that, to make sure that
They did end up covering up that vent. Y'all saw them take off in the previous clip.
let them know, like, hey, you forgot this here, you forgot that there, like you didn't do this right there.
I just made a mental note to go back and replace it myself. Okay. That's what you hired them for, was to put the roof on. So they're doing what you paid them for. He's trying to find and nitpick any little thing, still, yet again, trying to downplay somebody else's expertise because he feels like he knows better. I cannot stand. Whew. But things like that happen sometimes when you hire out work. No, it happens when you're the one doing it too. How many mistakes have we watched you record yourself making? And maybe some you'll never even admit to. It's not because you hired people out. They did their job. You asked for a roof, you got a roof. Probably within 2 days, you have a completed roof. I would never, ever, ever go and do a job for him because he finds a way to cut everybody's work in half, like the praise in it. He doesn't know how to just give somebody their props and let it be that. Because if he does, that means that you were better than him. He can't do it. He just is steadily finding reasons to demean these people's work. And he does it with everybody. Everybody that comes and goes from there, he has something negative to say about what happened. Yet and still we watch him out there bumbling and fumbling all day long. Set a whole tractor on fire. He did. I'm sure somebody wiser would have known not to do what he did to make that tractor set on fire, knowing that it was not set up for what he was trying to use it for. He did it anyway. That's just one example. He still has an extension cord running along a fence, just waiting on the day for it to become faulty and a disaster happen. And we could just go down. He has a brooder that comes up to Megan's waistline. She has to fold her whole body up to even bend over in there. And it's a list of things that we could go down. But he's always trying to cut down somebody else's work. Yet and still, it'll take him 50 days and 50 nights to do one project, and it still end up not being what an expert would do.
But yeah, these guys are doing a good job, like I said, and I know that they're going to do well. And I'm just thankful that, they're helping us do this route.
Said they covered up one on the back as well. I was doing my best to try and be nice and not fire anyone. He couldn't afford to fire them. This is where that same attitude as when he's walking through Home Depot and people start running because they don't want to have to deal with him. He feel like because he has a paycheck in hand that he can treat people any type of way. He couldn't afford to fire these people. It's a job he couldn't do by himself. He could not afford to. He's just talking. He's puffing up his chest right now because he wants to still say, I'm in charge. I could have fired him. No, you couldn't have. No, you couldn't have, because then y'all would have rain on your head. He's going to get humbled one day. His humbling is coming. His humbling is coming because he's such a narcissist. Oh, that that new money, it has gone to his head. He already was not a kind person. He's even worse now. Look at three men up there doing that work, and he's saying he would have done what? He still would have been over in whichever corner he started in, measuring, going up and down that ladder, and then going inside to take a 2-hour nap. These men are working hard too. But
right there, and as you can see, they have a line now, and they have like a chalk line or just a string that they're going to use to keep that same overhang going all the way down. So let me walk y'all down here, show y'all the other end, because they got another board on the other end, and they're using those to keep their right overhang.
Swiffer Power Mop has hundreds of strips.
I really don't understand how he doesn't get tired of himself sometimes. Like, when my kids were little, well, I don't even say my kids, just my son, he had to get fussed at on a regular basis because his behind would always be into something. And if you tell him don't do that, he won't go do that again. He will reinvent the wheel and go do something else that's just as irritating. So I lost my train of thought that fast, elaborating too much. It's going to come back to me, though. It's going to come back to me.
So yeah, as y'all can see right there, doing the same thing down here. And they had a drip edge on, and they're just prepping to actually start putting up pieces of roofing. And they want to make sure that 5-inch overhang is the same going all the way down. And they did say that with that 5-inch overhang, because at first we were going to go with a 2-inch overhang, but I was kind of scared that in the meantime, before we get our gutters and our porch up, that the water was going to still run down the side of the house. And that's, the houses are not made for water to run down the side of them. I don't care what type of house it is. And like I said, you can caulk it and seal it the best you can, but if the water's running down the side of the house, you're going to have leaks and going to have rotten windows and walls eventually. So we decided to go with a 5-inch overhang so all that water gets away from the house. And I told them, because they said that if we do 5-inch overhang on the back, we're not going to be able to do gutters, because if we want to do gutters on the back, and then we're going to have our porch on the front. And so I told them, I said, let's just go ahead and do the 5-inch overhang now, and I'll figure out the rest later. Because if I have to come back with an angle grinder or something like that and cut off a couple inches so it can fall into the gutter, I can. But they said that with the 5-inch overhang, I really don't need gutters. So
he needs to drink some water with all that spit in the corner of his mouth.
Let's see how everything goes. Like I said, right now I just want to get a good roof on there to keep our windows and everything dry and not have anything getting wet, right now. Like I said, until I get done with everything. Like I said, if I want to come back and cut a little bit off that roof, I can. But they're making quick work of this, y'all. Like I said, this is what took me forever. And but they're just doing it quick. And like I said, soon we should start seeing some boards going up there. Megan and the boys just went and ran some errands. And hopefully by the time they get back there, busy.
Megan and the boys just went and ran some errands. Now, I think that everybody should get a chance to get off of that compound. But like I said, she can't leave that farm by herself. It has to be with the boys. If you leave it, they going too. Now, I do believe it's a good outing for them. But at some point, people like to just, can I get a moment to myself? And he won't allow her to have that. He'll go run an errand real fast by himself. There are many times that he doesn't have the kids. But if it's her, they have to be in her sight at all times. That's irritating. But she got a good man, though, right?
Be able to see some roof on top of the house, like I said, because you really see the roof when you're coming down our big long driveway, because you're pulling from like on top of the property down the hill, coming down here, and then you pull it back up a hill and come back down here to this flat area right here. So yeah, but they're getting their string strong, and like I say, they should be. They're working on this front side and the back side at the same time, and yeah, they should be putting some roofing on here pretty soon.
All in the way as usual, but he has been keeping more of a distance, I guess, for one, because it'll be hard for him to show the rooftop if he's too close up on them, which is a plus for them. But hopefully he has heard that he be in the way, and it's irritating for a person to be trying to do their job and they have to walk around you. You know, if I'm cutting a little kid's hair, the parents always just want to be right there beside the child. And it interferes with you being able to, you know, walk around the chair and move around the chair and just, you know, get the cut like you need it to be, because they want to be right there in the way. Please go have a seat. And that's, you know, what he needs to do, learn how to have a seat. Move out the way. 4 men up on this rooftop. They have all of the wood trimmed down to be able to attach the metal to. They're putting up the first piece of metal, and y'all, he's saying that he could have done all of this within a week's time by himself. That's what he said. Or did he say 2 weeks? It don't matter, because it would have been 2 months either way. I'm going past this a little bit.
See, I'm glad they were able to get some up before they got back, and so I'm gonna make sure I record their first reaction to what the roof looks like when they first pull up. But from what I can see so far, like I said, everything's looking.
I mean, really, and I'm not being mean. It just looks like still a single wide with a different type of siding on it. Adding weight, and I hope that the bones of that can handle the weight that they're adding to it. But yeah, I don't see the equity. I'll just say that I don't see the equity that he's added to it. I don't.
Good. I see that they dented one piece when they were walking on it.
Now, had this siding been square footage, had he been adding to the inside of that house, I mean, that's a no-brainer. But to just be adding a different shell to the outside, I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it.
And I was gonna say something, but I said I'm gonna just let it go. You know, like I said earlier, I'm gonna let these guys do their job. I'm not gonna get in the way. But it's
he's having to bite his tongue because he really needs them to do that job.
Walking on the roof, and he has like a board, and he's marking off all of the studs and where to put all the screws at. And then another guy's coming back after him and screwing down everything. So like I said, they have a whole process going. And I can just imagine if I was doing all this by myself. I don't have anybody to come and mark the holes when I'm doing it. But so I'm just super.
Exactly. All of that would have taken him forever, and he's sitting up here pretending like because they're moving through it fast and making it look easy that he could have done the same thing. That's what experts do. They make something hard look easy. He would have been measuring again, cutting wrong, and having to go get some more supplies. And he's sitting up here saying what he would have done. They're working as a unit. They have their whole order of operation down. He's learning on the fly.
Glad to be down here.
And then there's so much grass grown up. He could be cutting the grass while they're doing that roof. The upkeep out there is horrible.
On the ground, watching them up there on that 150-degree roof up there, because I know it's super hot up there. But it seems like they're gonna come back and replace that piece, hopefully. Like I say, you know, that's just, you know, They saw it just like I did. Because he stepped on one of the ridges and it dented it. And he was trying to pop it back out, but it didn't pop back out. But I noticed as they were going through, screwing everything down, they skipped over that one, and they didn't screw it down all the way. So hopefully they're going to just slide it out and slide a new one in, and it'll be simple, and I don't have to start fussing at nobody. So we'll see. But, yeah, so they got about halfway done.
He runs my blood pressure high talking like that. Hopefully I won't have to fire nobody. He keeps saying it. He keeps threatening. It's at the tip of his tongue about firing somebody because he feels like that's a flex. Who wants that to be their reputation? If you go over there, he might fire you. And it make his chest just go out a little bit more. That's nothing godly about that type of personality. That's not leading with Christ. Let me see if I can find a reason to have to fire somebody. I'm looking to see if I need to fire somebody. I'm not seeing the good in it. I'm just looking for all of the little details that I can nitpick about. That's all I care about. I don't care if they're working fast. I see a little dip right there. I don't care if they're working efficiently. Are you sure you're not going to go back and replace that right there? Like, he is just looking for little things, the smallest thing he can, to highlight something negative. And that's been this whole video. He'll say something positive and then take it right back with the very next sentence, trying to downplay these people and their expertise.
And on this side, it looks like they need more 1x4 strips for the back. They stopped back there. I don't think they had enough strips, so I think they called somebody and they're gonna bring some more strips for the back. But they're getting this front side, the roofing tin put on. They already had a drip edge on the front side put on, and they also have to still put a drip edge on the edge. So I guess the drip edge on the front goes under, and the drip edge on the sides goes on top.
Get on past this some, cause I can't listen to him too much longer.
The front line, there's still a trim piece to go. All right, what y'all think about that new roof?
It looks really good.
First of all, it's a different day. We still have this shirt, We still have this shirt. With a cardigan on top of it. But Megan is she's just living. She is just breathing. She is just breathing. Like, she literally gets up and go. Her hair is sitting so high up off of her scalp and she just got it pushed to the back. She just, oh my goodness. Ooh, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not gonna say nothing.
Good. Oh yeah, it's halfway done. It's still not screwed on at the front, so I see just a little bit of waviness. I'm hoping that waviness goes away once they screw that front line on. There's still a trim piece that goes on the edge as well, and so that'll make it look more finished and everything. But y'all get to see it rough looking, and roughed in and not finished. So I'm glad y'all get to see like the process and not just the end. Yeah.
That's enough of that. I can't listen too much more. I'm gonna have to fast forward through a lot of this because I'm getting irritated.
Just take a saw with a metal blade or an angle grinder or something like that and just cut a little bit off. But it'll be fine. So yeah, but it's looking good so far, y'all. I'm just kind of showing you how hard it's raining, just so you can have an idea of what we're looking at. But it's coming down pretty good out here. And that's the spot up there. I don't know if you can
playing with people. And this is the energy that you get back in return. Being mean to people. Now that's what you got to deal with. Okay, so some things are happening in real time. Okay.
But it's wide open.
You kind of hear them, and I just like, if you look, at one point I can kind of see the light coming through. So I don't know if they just took something off and they're trying to.
It's probably in that box coming out, dripping out, because it probably just filled up that box, and then it's dripping out. At least they're keeping it up.
All this firing people, I'm going to fire them. I'm trying not to fire them. I'm trying to hold my tongue. I could have done this. Just think I do the same type of work. All that talking about people. All that acting like you're not appreciative of what they're out there doing for you. This is the thanks you get. Stop playing with people.
The insulation, hopefully. Yeah, definitely dripping off the box.
He said there was no rain in the forecast and it just came out of nowhere. And there was a fall. That is God not playing with you. Him saying it's all about God, talking about he's one of God's children. And God said, no, you playing with my children. They out there helping you and you're not even treating them like they're helping you. Even though you're paying them for a reason, because it's something that you couldn't do yourself. And you're still not showing your appreciation for me putting these people in your path. So let me humble you real quick now. just talking about humbling. Let me humble you real quick. Let me shut you down real quick. Because let's just think about this. He said that they ran back to put the tarp on the roof. What would have happened if he was doing this himself in this same situation? Y'all just think about it. And he had the walls open and this happened to him before. And I don't think that he takes them as lessons because his mind is so in other places. But life it finds a way to humble you. And this is a humbling moment to me. You need to shut up right here. That's what this is saying to me about him and how he been carrying on all day since the people got there. Showing very little gratitude, but nitpicking about any little thing that he can. Humbling moment right here.
So I need a vacation right now. It's like we need to go on vacation right now. Can we leave tonight? No, not tonight. Can we leave right now? With the roof halfway done and it raining and a big old square hole in my ceiling.
Let's go. For us to get out of the door to go to the library, it's like everybody packing the snack and the water. We got Benjamin stuff, sipping cup, everything. And I'm like, this vacation is like months of preparation for real. And now it's like we're getting to the point where we need to pack and have the stuff to go. And so that's 2 weeks of preparation just to get packed to go. So no, we cannot go right now today. Yes, let's go now. We'll be ready to go in 2 weeks when it's time.
She said time and everything. She feel too good. But I guess by the time they see this video, hopefully this video is out. But yeah, hopefully when this video comes out, we'll be gone. Because Mama just told everybody that it's 2 weeks until vacation. Don't worry, I'll mute it out.
The things that he tries to keep secret, it's just so stupid. He truly acts like somebody that's on the run. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody was trying to meet you in that parking lot. Nobody was trying to pay those expensive prices to be able to see the sales. Nobody was, if I planned it just right, I might get a glimpse of them. None of that was happening. That wasn't going through nobody's mind. I don't even think none of y'all supporters was that down and out to be in y'all's face like that, breathing the same air. My mom done let it out. You've been talking about it for how long? How long have they been talking about this trip? 4 or 5 months? Who cares if it's 2 weeks from now? Nobody is putting on their calendar, okay, let me see if I mark this off, and if I switch this day, I might can be there and meet them at the same time. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's rearranging their schedule to be there when y'all are there.
All out during the head. As long as I'm not sleeping at night. If I'm sleeping at night when I'm in anything, I might forget, you know. Alright, y'all. Alright, calm down, everybody. Is that?
That's enough of that.
We're going to dinner now. Dinner. Like, y'all already took lunch break. Yeah.
Can't do it no more. Let's get on past some of this.
One more. I'm just keep working.
This video is long and I'm getting irritated with them, so I'm gonna have to get on down to the end of it and see what the end result is, because I have spent enough time with the sales in this time span right here. Like, yeah, I got to hurry up and get up on out of here. Come on, commercial. Such a, yeah, I'm trying to be nicer and not just be saying everything that I be thinking, so I'm just gonna go on towards the end of this and see what the end result is, because they are working my nerves. But I was so glad to see that rain.
While they were on lunch break, I'm talking about it came down.
Now he's repeating what he just showed us, like he didn't just show us that. So, okay.
Let's see, let me move it out the way, because this is going to be like, you know, the picture that we're going to go back to. Because Megan says that once it looks good, we ain't going to be worried about how much it costs.
That's right.
So, because I'm going to go to the store and spend about $3,000.
Nah, I think, seriously though, I think it's going to be worth it in the end to have a better product. And that's why initially this was Tim's idea, if y'all will remember, to replace the siding, and we tried to contract it out. And so when we went and we were like, okay, we're just going to paint it, I was like, wait, can't we do this ourselves?
No, tell them what you saw to prove, to put that thought in your mind.
I saw the beautiful barn.
You saw that barn down there.
And if he could do that, and he built that like from scratch with his bare hands, then he could put some siding on a little old mobile home, can't he?
That's right.
So,
okay, they still doing too much reminiscing. I thought they would get on past that, and they didn't, so.
I'm zoomed in. I got to zoom out. my zoom in gives me clear shots, but I'm too close or something. You're doing too much moving. Yeah. All right, Tim. Don't do too much moving, so I'm going to stay zoomed in so I can stay clear. Like Noah, because Noah jumped completely off the screen. What do you think about it, Tim?
It looks amazing. Great and good and everything.
So we're ready for Disneyland now, huh? Disneyland, Disney World. All right, where's Ty? Ty, what you doing up there? Come on down. Come on down, Ty. Let us know what you think.
I can't do it like Tim Jr. said, all of the approved words that they have: amazing, good, great. You know, poor kids is all I can say. Their independent expression has just disappeared. That sounded so scripted. Let me think of what he said I can say, and let me make sure I say that. And it didn't come off as an authentic sentence or conversation with his child.
Everywhere where you can see it. I'm glad that I did all this side, because this is our curb appeal right here. You know, when you're pulling into the property, it's the first thing that you see. And so I want to make sure that I was like energized and had all my energy while I was doing this side. And everything looks good. I've already got this side caulked. This is actually ready for paint on this side. And I think before I put the back siding on and the other side, I'm going to go ahead and caulk everything else just to get everything kind of finished and finish that part up. And then I'll start putting the siding up on the back, like I said. And we should be able to get it all done, like I said.
Now, had he not severed ties with his mom, he would have had her out there on a ladder caulking all that stuff for him. And to be honest, that's a job that I feel like at least Tim Jr. is old enough to do. That would definitely be something that he could trust him, teach him how to do that and trust him to do it. But he's choosing small projects because he has literally he has literally worn himself out. So he's not rushing to get that to that back side or that other side and start putting siding up because he's worn himself out. So he's finding small projects to still do on the part that he's already done. And like he said, this corner is the curb appeal. So when you pull up, this is the angle that you get. Is this corner right here. Because he can see that, now beast mode is gone for good. It's going to be turtle mode. Turtle mode is all we're going to see for the rest of this project. He should have done it in reverse where he kept himself motivated to cover this curb appeal. Because now it's about to be just like that barn. Snail's pace. He'll do a sheet a week of that, whatever he's calling the LP Smart siding. A sheet a week until if he finally gets it finished, because his curb appeal is there, and who knows when paint will go on. But he did one video and has a roof on his house, and he's steadily talking about he was gonna fire somebody. He could fire somebody. They're gonna make me fire them. People are adding value to your property in real time, and all you can do is find something negative to say.
Before we make our trip and take our vacation. But with that being said, I'm gonna end today's video right here. Benjamin, you stay right there, bud. We'll come over to you. I'll tell you. These babies, these kids. Alright, y'all. So with that being said, we're gonna end today's video here, and we'll just see y'all on the next one. It's IAG Farms.
Megan looks worn out, tired, busted, disgusted, over it. I don't know what's going on with her, but you know, I only covered this video because it wasn't Tim physically doing construction. It was somebody else. Me watching him pretend like he knows what he's doing, I don't have it in me again. Like I said, I watched him do the inside of Emma, and that was enough for me in a lifetime. So because it was the roofers, a whole different group of people who know what they're doing, then, you know, I went ahead and covered this. But, you know, I had told you all before that I wasn't going to cover him in this construction because I'm just not interested in it like that. I don't see the value that they're adding to their home right now. The porch, when it does come along, we'll add some outside square footage, but the inside to me is what matters, and they failed on that mission. So it's not interesting to me to watch him add weight to the outside of this trailer and not worry about if his boys are comfortable. And I think it was, I watched the 12-minute or however long it was that Megan did yesterday, and they were showing some clips of them on vacation, and I saw the boys sitting at a table eating. I'm like, wow, you know, they look so comfortable. And when they're at home, they don't have that type of comfort. They're at a little card table that they have to put up, pull out, put up, pull out to eat, to be at home. Some things that they have to do every day, multiple times a day to function. And they don't have those type of comforts in the house. and he didn't feel like it was an important thing to add some square footage on the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. I just wanted to give a brief reaction to this latest one. Again, I am still doing the deposition, and I'm going to record it tonight, and I'll be putting it out within probably the next 12 hours. But I'm going back to my trusted microphone until I know that I've worked out all the kinks with the new one. So I'm going to go ahead and end this here, but thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope that you enjoyed the reaction, and I hope that they start getting it together out there. But I honestly was glad to see the rain, just to give him a humbling moment to shut up. And I'm not sure if he did, because I fast forwarded past it, but I can imagine that he was a little quieter with the rest of the work that they were doing. So I will see you guys on the next one. And again, thank you for joining in. Bye.